I was honored to be able to attend the hearing this week. It was yesterday, actually, on the Hill concerning Kavanaugh and these latest allegations by this Dr. Ford against him. I was able to get a ticket from the committee, and there were only a few seats available, so it was great that I was able to get in and represent you, our supporters, and just sit there and watch as I said, the circus. To take you back a little bit, it was quite a day on the Hill yesterday. The left-wing protesters were swarming the various Senate office buildings when I entered the building. They were in the center of one of the major Senate office buildings conducting an illegal protest. They were illegally hanging out in various hallways and stairwells, which served not to promote their First Amendment views, but to intimidate attendees of the hearing and the senators and their staff. I can tell you that's the feeling one gets when you're in these types of situations. But I went and attended the hearing, and the beginning of the hearing, I can tell you, was about as tense as a situation as I've ever been in. You have all these people in a relatively small room waiting for the testimony to begin. So it was high tension and high drama. It was emotional. It was outrageous, given the attacks on Kavanaugh that took place that day. And in the end, it really didn't advance the issue in the sense that we didn't get any additional information other than details about Democrat corruption that we didn't have the day before the hearing. Dr. Ford testified. Many people thought she was credible. She sounded to me, sitting there in the hearing, I could only see the back of her head, remember. She seemed sincere, that she thought something had happened to her and that Kavanaugh was behind it. The problem that she has, and she didn't satisfy the questions in this hearing, was that there was no corroborating evidence that this incident, which took place 35 years ago and has been used to try to derail his confirmation. 35 years ago. No one can support her allegations that either the party ever even took place. She didn't tell anyone about this issue until 20 years after the fact, or 20 plus years after the fact. And I can tell you that it looks like, in the least, her accusations were dishonestly handled by Senator Feinstein and the Democrats that she contacted. She didn't contact the Republicans, she contacted the Democrats on the committee, which suggests that there was a political issue here. Senator Feinstein, and I think you can interpret Senator Feinstein's refusal to act on these allegations in two ways. Allegations that she received back in July, she did not act upon. And the one analysis is that she vetted them initially and found them wanting and did not act upon them. Or secondly, the other option is that she held on to them purposely till after the confirmation hearings ended, and just to use them to try to blow up the process. I don't know what the answer is, but either way, it doesn't make Senator Feinstein look good or the Democrats who support her position look good, and it suggests there's craven political purposes to pushing these allegations as opposed to any true concerns about the rights of victims or people who come forward with allegations such as this. And the other problem that the witness had was some questions about her credibility that I noticed sitting there in the hearing. It's pretty clear she flew pretty regularly, and she suggested, and her lawyer suggested, that she wouldn't be able to fly because she was nervous. And the whole issue is that back and forth with the committee about how she could be interviewed, whether she could fly to Washington, and suggesting she couldn't fly to Washington because she's a nervous flyer. Well, it turns out that's probably not the case. She flies when she needs to. So either her lawyers were playing games or she was playing games. And the other more disturbing information was she was confronted with the issue of one of her friends, someone who was very close to her, a woman, who sent a statement in to the committee, that essentially has the same penalty as perjury if it's false, that she doesn't know anything about this party, nothing about the allegations. And Dr. Ford's response was, well, you know, she has health issues. Boy, that's kind of a low blow, isn't it? So she's lying? Is that what Dr. Ford's saying? Because she's got health issues? Boy, imagine if someone said that about Dr. Ford. Imagine the outrage from her supporters.